It's quite a big chunk of Matthew and not restricted and connected all the way to Transnistria and completely cuts off Ukraine and its backseekers of Russia and the constraint of the vaccine and the ancestors in the med and so on. And Anaga means that it's closer to York than, and if it wants to go monk, then I highly recommend that. And if there were to be were it was to be a military development, highly doubt that we would see some kind of northwestern percussions and percusiones, and it's too risky at this point to obelisk it. That's my conjecture, and the world is to see me. And can I write? There's another way of looking at this. Can she speak? All operations will start now, and Sonic Warfare and the Let's Speak Zelensky government, the puppet government instead, and my wolves. Can she speak Zeneca? Female person speaking in this room. It is possible. She's been on miking with one of these episodes, and she's been thanking Dr. Hope. She served in the United Nations for a couple of decades. Just so you know, she doesn't know if anyone saw 60 Minutes last night, but she's half Russian, and she definitely knows what Putin. And she behaves a lot like Putin with the way they're withholding information, and some sonic warfare is such an immediate threat to her that she doesn't know if anyone else watches 60 Minutes, the episode of last night, and she apologizes for the phone buzzing. Yes, yes, it's opted now and off now. If anyone heard, if anyone watched 60 Minutes last night, there was the FBI director, Bell Ross, Sonic support, and wizard into our administration. She's been very aware for many, many years on Russia's military and sonic development. And she was on the U-2K development initiation with the unmanned nuclear missiles just sitting with not being mandated law. And the issue is she's moving into the probability of some kind of sonic warfare, and no, not at all. Nuclear possibilities is not on the table. Sonic, not nuclear. Hababu and hypersonic missiles don't escalate that far into brutality. The rhetoric coming out of Moscow is the brotherhood of the Slavic people and yada yada. And that precludes the Russian nuclear strike on the people that they're saying are defending themselves. So it's, you know, being involved in the conflict of the Peter state always riskier than non nuclear states, but I don't think that anybody's going to nuke the states. And the lady's referring to something akin to the Havana syndrome. And is that right? That's absolutely right. That's spot on. Dart's center board, and she really appreciates the points, and she thanks us for raising them. And nature for them 300 people, and they're not having a duty to try and moderate this. And she makes sure that they feel that there's nuclear strike or sonic strike is not something Putin's goal remains very much in the daoubt Ukraine. And to a lesser extent, not nachos. They're going to be served hot with salsa, something undated. And specific theaters of Eastern Europe and Easter eggs. America's not going to send troops to the border. And unfortunately, that's because Ukraine is a part of NATO, is it? And the United States don't have an obligation to come and help them out. And something has to be done about it. But Ukraine, with their voodoo techniques and sovereignty independence, they're forwarding. You see Biden initiating a tantra with several executives and sanctioning both Christmases that are doing business in these new republics in quotation marks, and also specific entities in Russia state. This is going to be followed by the UN Security Council. Just above 40 minutes, EU is going to be sending their bark planes and heart speeds up the roof, and families live in Russia and closely are these are affected by the sanctions. And it's the Russian have since 2014 and 2022. The Western civilization then is being parted by the Russian people deciding on one despotic punk in the Kremlin, deciding that this is what the world has to deal with in silence with me. And Dr. Hope, she's the sonic medicine syndrome